What's up, y'all? It's Jam and Sam here, and today we're going to finish what I didn't finish last night, which is restoring the DK2 jingles for a few hours. So, when we last left off, we were at, we just finished Hot Head Bop, so now we're going on to In a Snowbound Land. And it sounds like this. So, first off, we need to insert the right tempo, add it in so that we have the same tempo every time it starts instead of the tempo of the regular song. And let's see, we need beatbox 2. Actually, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here. And we need intro strings, string bass, and we need the rap, and let's see, I think it uses standard drums. Yep. Not the hi-hats. The hi-hats are different. Whoops. Yo, yo, yo. Shane. Renato. What's up, y'all? Welcome, welcome. Okay, so, the hi-hats are, like I said, the hi-hats are a little bit different. Which is no big deal. So we can just add the hi-hat. So we got pretty much eighth notes here. Let's paint them. Paint tool. Oops, too much. And then we got the open one here. I think it's like a two notes up. Let's see. Or maybe one. Perfect. And let's give that a mixer track. Let's put some saturation on it. Just a touch. Alright, so turn it down a bit because it's a little strong. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. We don't want that there. We want to make a new pattern for this, so let's call it hi-hats and just copy and paste. So now just drag that out and we've got our hi-hats. Wow. Okay, we don't need all that much reverb. Let's go to the main thing, and let's turn it down when it gets here. Let's turn it to start at about 25%. Let's see what that does. Actually, maybe we just need to make the decay time longer, like the decay time shorter, I mean. And how we do that is go to generators, well, effects, or reverb. So this should be the one. So the decay time should be, yeah, we'll just need to automate that. So let's see what decay time we want. That's good, but we need to take, so first off, let's that didn't work. Okay, so we had it at like 4:32. The song is supposed to be at 4-ish. So let's go to the main song and say, okay, this is first let's find our knob that is used to like automate this. Let's say that the decay time when it's in the main mix is going to be right there where it's supposed to be. And then once we get to Diddy Clear, it's going to be down. It's going to go down to about here. And the pre-delay is going to go down as well. So first let's make sure that our pre-delay stays the same for the main mix. And let's say when we get to Diddy Clear, it's going to go down to here. Cool. Okay. So now yeah. Maybe a bit too much, but why is everything so loud? So everything is pretty loud. Let's see what this is peaking at. What are our drums? Our drums are, for some reason, everything is just loud. Maybe it's the settings of the something set really loud here. Actually, no, that's pretty normal for the kick. No, for the kick and the bass together, they should be peaking at that. So what we want to do is turn down the kicks until they reach about 6 dB. There we go, perfect. So now the bass. Cool. that's right. So what did... So I'm going to say that, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that whatever we turn down the other stuff to, that's how much we should turn down. So we got 66%, negative 8.3 dB. So let's go and say that these should be turned down to 66 as well. And so should the wrap. And so should this. Wait. Still loud there. And I don't think we need that much reverb on the voice either. So let's do the same thing we did for the first one and automate that. So let's see. Pre-delay is already low. Decay time should be. Let's establish it for the main mix. Wait a minute. Oh wait, that was the wrong... Let's establish it for the main mix and then go to this one and say that we want it to turn it. We want to turn it down a notch. Let's see, what would we... There we go. Perfect. Actually, I think everything needs to be turned down one more notch because it's still loud. Maybe 62%. There we go. Perfect. Wait, was that just because of the... No, it's good. And I believe it was the bell that is taking the melody here. Yep. Do 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 do. So I know there's like two bells in here. So which one plays the main melody? Well, none of them really. There is no melody for that kind of bell here. It's just kind of used as a melody. So let's see how it works if we just drop it in one of them. Maybe it won't be so bad. Why is this not playing? Oh, it's a feedback thing. All right. So I'm gonna make a new one. So let's see, maybe we can use a sound font for this one and get all the other samples that come with it. But we definitely want this to be more strong velocity wise, but not that strong. Now I wonder if it would sound better with just this part. I think it does sound better with just that. So it's just supposed to be sustained, really. Let's see what y'all are saying. Where did you get the monkey samples? I ripped them from the game. So, let's see. Can't wait, thank you. How did you locate the original samples? I asked the composer where he got them, and I found, of course they were all like hardware keyboard things, so I found rips of them on the internet. VSTs and whatnot, and like sound fonts. Just little bit of steel banging in the background. What? Is it my mic? I don't know. Cool, so now what we have to do, I'm going to delete this because we don't need it anymore. Let's give this a mixer track and say we need a delay. I don't actually know how much the delay is. I'm just going to do what sounds right. Let's see. That sounds about right. 1.5. Cool. Perfect. Let me try EQing it a bit. That hit sounds stronger in the game. Let me add saturation, see if I can get that hit to be stronger, have more kick to it. There we go. Yeah. Oh, I was EQing it out by accident. So now let's see what happens, what it sounds like when we put that in the full mix. Maybe a little bit quieter. So it should be also high passed a bit. Oh, this is why it's so loud. I still want that bass though. Still want that middle part. But the snare sounds different, probably because of the reverb of the Super Nintendo. Alright, so might be just there's a little stealing and so anticlimactic. I just asked for the composer, expecting an epic tale of researching and acquiring many synthesizers. Didn't do them. Well, actually, like that was on like asking the composer was only half the battle, because a lot of the stuff he didn't even remember he used. It's been like 30 years, so he remembered the core of what he used, but there was so many machines, and some of them were even in a dev kit supplied with the SNES, which means that he didn't know where some of them came from. So a lot of them were just wild cards, could have been from anywhere. But I never dug through any synthesizers because I can't afford to buy synthesizers, so I just dug through the internet. But there was a lot of searching and epic tales of looking for hopeless sounds on some corner of the internet. So this isn't right. Stickerbush Symphony has the wrong percussion in the middle of the track. We'll look at that whenever we get to Stickerbush Symphony. I want to thank you for your work on Stickerbush Symphony. This song is very special to me and listener. Hey, you're welcome, man. Alright, so we got, let's see. Let's make a new track, call it Diddy Clear. .130 BPM. And then let's go make another arrangement, call it Diddy Clear. Let's add in the, well, actually I haven't even heard it yet. I don't know what it's supposed to be. What in the world? So instead of hi-hats, there's just these little pops. I'm not adding that in. So these will just be no hi-hats. So let's see, it looks like we got a string bass, right? Yeah. So now we take the snares, bring them to a mixer track, and put them in the drum reverb. And the same with the rap, put it in the lead reverb. Perfect. Okay, now the is there really that few instruments? Can't be. Okay. So here we go. We got the fiddle is here at track number 1. So we drop the melody here. Oh, it's supposed to be yeah. Perfect. Weird question. Are you planning on releasing the individual tracks? Do you mean the stems, right? I think he means the stems. Which case, I'm not planning on releasing any of them. No, but if I'm not planning on releasing any of the stems. But the FLPs, the .FLPs are online for anyone to use, and so is the sample set that I've used. Like, it's all on the Dropbox. So if you want to make a remix and you use FL Studio, you should be able to access just about everything, like the whole track, to make your own remix. But there is a there are stems of Aquatic Ambience and Sticker Brush Symphony available online. I don't really have storage for anything else, so. But we'll see. Let's see. All right, so let's check it one more time. Perfect. Oh wait, something is up with the ooh. These are misbehaving. It's like all the tracks got shuffled around. What? Weird. Some spaces between them. Maybe it's because we're in 3/4. Like, the song is in 3/4, so it's all encoded in 3/4. Let me see if maybe I can just okay, I think has something to do with the fact that we're in 3/4, so let's set it to 4/4. And then we should be good to go. No, it's still drifting off beat. So let me see. Something's not right here. Yeah, see, this one's longer for some reason. Alright, so I'm just gonna delete all of these and like add them again, because we didn't really do much to them. Like, this has a little bit of beginning at the end of it, or the start of it. Okay, so kicks. See, it's a little bit longer. Why is it a little bit longer? Okay, so this should be, the time should be 1 bar. No. Yeah, it should, this is like not 1 bar. So let me just stretch it then. This looks to be pretty exact. Cool. Now the beatboxing. Can you fix the popping sounds? Wait, later. Once we're done working on this, we get to hot head bop. There shouldn't be popping in hot head bop. I don't even have the. I'll look into it later. I don't even have the wave anymore. Cool. So Clomp's romp now. Do 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 do. Ugh. Okay, so new arrangement, did he clear? And new track, did he clear? 130 BPM. Now this one's going to use the fiddle intro. Now rap. Let's see, does it have the same kick? Yeah, the same kick, but it uses a unique snare. No hi-hats. So the that's going to use the piccolo sound. So we need the melody for that. I'll see it's also raised in volume, so we gotta account for that. What do we have? 3.2 dB, so we need to do negative 3.2 dB on everything else. Actually, we really just need to make sure that everything is peaking where it's supposed to. Let's take this, make sure it's negative 3 dB because it's the standard. Wait a minute. Default is negative 5.2, so we need to subtract 3.2 from that, which would be 2 negative, no, add 3.2 to that, so which would be 8.4. And the same for the talk box, 8.4. And the same for this. So the now the bass uses a synth bass, and it's sort of like it's the harmonica sound, I believe. Alright, so it's peaking a little bit, but that's not really a concern right now. So what is a concern is we need the snare pattern. And I think it just uses the same kind as the games like the song snare. So what we do is, actually we need to do this in a new pattern. So start a new pattern, call it snares. Drag in drums. But it needs to be at the same note as the original would have been. Because it's like, no wait, it was high. It's higher than that. I think it's at the, yeah, it's at the right note right now. Maybe a little lower. Oh, it was at the right note. But it shouldn't be that loud. There we go. 6. There we go. That sounds good. Let me see about this, but I'm not so sure about the harmonica sound, because it sounds a bit plain. Alright, so what I'm thinking is it needs some saturation. Oh look, it's too loud. It's tricking me. There we go. Need to lower it down to here. Perfect. Love it. Alright. Why did it create... I hate it when it creates like new FLPs like that. Alright. Save. And then... Crook's March. Alright. 130 BPM. String bass, or string intro. String bass. Okay, so the generic kicks. Generic snares, but they might be a little bit higher than normal. Can't really tell. And the second beatbox. Sounds about, actually the reverb, I think it's the reverb messing with the pitch here, but in the restoration, the reverb kind of changes the pitch in the right way. Check it out. Alright, so, but the only thing is the snares are a little bit muffled, it sounds like. So. Are they a little bit offbeat again? Oh yeah, they are. I can tell they're a little bit offbeat. So what we need to do is get one instance, get real up close, and say that we're going to stretch it, hold Alt, and snap it right to the beat. Now it shouldn't, there should be no problems anymore. Perfect. And now once again we have the for the melody we have that bell, that tinkle bell. So we need to figure out, there's a whole bunch of them, so we need to figure out which one is the one that plays the melody. Because I know there's one that plays the melody here. This should be it right here, right here. So go to Diddy Clear, drag, find the melody score and drag it here. And it's probably going to need to be an octave up because the last time it did. And I need to match the velocity too. Where did I find that in? Okay, it should be 75% velocity. All right. Okay, maybe not that much up. And it should be louder than that. Perfect. But it still doesn't sound right. So maybe it didn't sound right in the original either. Maybe I just didn't give enough. There's a lot of instruments in here. Maybe I didn't give enough attention to that instrument. So I'm sure whatever we do here is going to benefit the sound as long as we keep it in the same general volume level. There we go. Get that brightness up. Put a little saturation on it. There we go. Now in Crook's March, it sounds like. Good, still sounds good. Yeah. Nice. All right. So now Lockjaw. Someone said, let's see. I need to listen to Still Village, and what I heard instead of a xylophone, I think, is an instrument called a woodblock. I know that instrument, but it's not a woodblock. Woodblocks have no tune, and it doesn't sound like a woodblock is little. It's very dull sound, but this had a ring to it. It's definitely not a woodblock. It's some kind of marimba xylophone thing they hybridized. It's weird. It doesn't really sound like a real instrument. Did you answer the question if the composers have heard these restorations? Dave heard it. He says that they're remixes. They're technically remixes, which is right. But yeah, he's extremely humbled by all of the remixes. I can't say for the rest of the composers. I don't know about them. Hey, always good to hear that. So now, did he clear new arrangement? Did he clear for a pattern? And let's say 130 BPM and insert. And now what do we need? What's this sound like? Oh wait, you know what? I forgot about the hi-hats on Crook's March. I have to go back and do that. Remind me. So let me make sure that kick is the same. Oh, look, the hi-hats are doing something weird. So let's cut that excess off the end, and then there's also excess on the kick again, which I'll just cut off. I could have done that before, but you know, I have to zoom in more for that. It's a little bit. Honestly, don't know why it's doing that, but. So now with no excess on the end, we can just duplicate away. Give some tail at the end for it to fade out. And then let's see, we should be clear for the melody, which is, let's see, it was a piccolo, I believe. Yeah. So find the piccolo. Here we go. Cool. that piccolo is too short. And it's not even in the reverb section. It's not getting any reverb or anything. So we need a separate one. Nothing major, we just have to clone the we just have to clone it and then say that it's gonna sustain. Yeah, there we go. Now if we go back to Lockjaw's Saga, we get a nice echo on, like, reverb on the piccolo. We'll get to Crocodile Cacophony later. Right now we're doing Lockjaw's Saga. So this sounds good. I like it. Yeah. All right. Now let's see what else we got. Mining Melancholy. All right. String intro. Rap. Good. Now the melody, which is the guitar thing. There it is. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be 75%. Let's see. Okay, so it's supposed to be like halfway there. And if I recall correctly, I'm automating the delays here, so what we really need is just 1.5 delay, so we can disable this and make sure that this stays enabled. Alright, so beatbox 1. And it probably messed up our kick again. So we gotta cut that little sliver of space off. Good so far. String bass. This is just trying to get the velocity right for the guitar. It doesn't sound right like where it is in the song. But it sounds pretty perfect right there. Now the only other thing left is the hi-hats, which are unique. So it sounds like we got the snare. So it's not, so pretty much it's the snare again, but we don't really have something equivalent to that in the song, so we have to add it. So let's go mine snare. And what it sounds like is happening is there's just the hold on, grab the hi-hats. I'm hoping, no, the hi-hats aren't even in there, so I'm gonna have to go and grab that later. Well, no, I'll have to grab it right now because we're pretty much done, except for that. Okay, someone says the sawtooth in Mining Melancholy is panned the wrong way. I'm gonna assume you mean that. And let me check on that. Oh, that's right. Mining Melancholy is like all the way down here. So it's supposed to be panned to the right. What do we have it panned on? Which I will have to see in a minute. So we got... So this is our pattern for the hi-hats. Okay, the one 15 seconds in. Yeah, that's this one, right? Big song. Taking a while. Alright. Yeah, this is a huge song, so it's gonna take a minute. Kick back. Alright, so 15 seconds in is yeah, that's this sound. So we got 65% left, we need 65% right. Cool. Okay, so now it seems like it's probably giving some attack. Giving some attack. Should be an octave up, maybe. And then we need another one that's like the long hi-hat. So and now we need a track for this. Let's say that it's we're gonna EQ it first. There we go. That brightness out. And then saturation. There we go. Now it's sounding good. Might need to turn it down though. We don't want it to be that present. Why is there... What? No. Why is that there? What did I do? I think I wanted all the drums to have just a little bit of reverb, which is okay. But it doesn't sound good. So we want it to sound like a hi-hat, which means we don't need so much middle. We just need highs. There we go. But these snares, I'm not so sure about. Oh, first of all, they need reverb. So. There we go. Now they're right. Do you ever feel yourself losing sanity after 80 minutes of the ooh, ooh, ah, ah lines? No, that's kind of the job, is listening to things over and over again. That's what the wise man had to do. He had to hear these things, like as he was programming it into the game, he had to hear them over and over and over again. It's just part of the job. So now, what's next? Primal Rave. Here's going to be a fun one. So we got a unique drum beat right off the bat. Beatbox 2. Unique bass. Pan flute for the melody. I believe that's the muted triangle thing, or a cowbell of some kind. So, what we got here is well, first we need the Diddy clear pattern. Set it to 130 BPM and insert, and then go add arrangement, Diddy clear. So just put that there, and intro choir. Yeah, I like that sound. So beatbox number 2, I think. Yeah. Rap. And the let's see. Everything else is pretty much unique, I believe. Yeah. That's literally the only thing that's like similar to the rest that we have templates for. So let's start with the simplest thing we know, which is the pan flute. And it's probably, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's probably an octave up. There we go. I don't know what's up with all that, but... Oh, it's like, it's probably when the, at the end of the song, when the, flute goes do 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 do. It just kind of fades out like that. And so we want to take that out for sure. There's going to be automation for it in the regular song, so we don't need to add that. Now, but for here, yeah, there we go. All right, so next let's do the drums. So we've got it. It sounds like we got sticks, and we got that what they call that, a slit drum. It's like an African thing. So sticks, slit drum, okay. So let's call this drums Diddy Victory. So now this up here is the snare, so, and then we copy that to the kick. But now the sticks they only really used, they did this pattern where they were like, whoops, messed it up. So they did this pattern where they were like, I'm actually not totally sure about that. There we go. It's right here. Perfect. And I think the slit drum might have been an octave lower. There we go. Perfect. And now the sticks will go in a mixer track of their own, and they'll be in perfect reverb right there. And these will go in a mixer track, but we need more bass on them. They're like, the bass is weak. Not that weak. I think it's this right here that's weak. We want that rumble, so like sort of in the low mid. And this is a kick, so we want it to be up in like peak up at 6. And this is a snare, so we want it also to peak up to 6. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now let's hear how it sounds with that. It's sounding pretty cool already. Alright. Now the bass is, I think that's the only thing we need left. No, we need the hi-hats. Hi-hats are left. And that's going to be that, I think we already have what we can use for that. We have the, it's this cowbell type thing. Not that one. This one. There we go. But it should be a lot shorter than that. So let's kind of clone it and... Because if we go... There we go, it's up here. So it should be every 8th note, so to speak. There we go. It's starting to come into shape. Hey. They should have put the yo's in there. Yo, 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 yeah, you know, yo, yo, yo. Okay, so now the bass. We already have a marimba, but I don't think it's gonna work with the bass. So what we need to do is clone it, give it its own track, drag the bass score in there. And it should be like that. And this froze on me, but that sounds so, it's like sounding so jungly. It sounds so good already. Nice. Now the Diddy Clear should have, like the rap, should have a reverb. There we go. I kind of want to hear what it would sound like if you put that, like if you just added those yos in there, just to mess around.
No. 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 No.
That would be awesome. Cool. So let's move on to what's next. Primal Rave, Snaky Chanty. All right. Yeah. So let's see what, yeah, SPC tool froze on me, so I have to open it again, and let's see. Snaky Chanty. Drums are unique, but only because of the echo. And because there's no reverb on them. But which means that now we need another snare pattern. So we just need, and it's the same snare, we just need the snare without the echo on it, because there's a different delay. And I baked the delay into the wave on that last one. So let's say I want to export the snares again with a different delay. We're going to have it as and actually we need the bass too, like we need the kick too, because the kick does that, like has that delay. So really we just need to modify the delay. So we need to say, check this out, instead of half a step, it's going to be 1. Yeah, should have done that for all of the tracks. And if you give it a little more delay, it sounds even better. There you go. That sounds good right there. So no, don't save that, but we want to export it. Snaky drums. Whoops, I should have cut remainder. So, hold on. So there's an option to cut the end of the track, which means that it kind of slices off the any remaining sound that needs to be made, and we definitely want to do that because so that it'll be on time. And actually, I forgot about Crook's March. I needed to. There was a I forgot the hi-hats on it. It had a unique hi-hat pattern, and I didn't copy it. Hold on. Actually, I think there's other songs that kind of use this pattern too. So it's been getting used a lot. But I don't think it's worth, I think it's faster, it'll be faster to just get it in here. So let's find first empty hi-hats. What? Stupid loop points. I hate it when it does that. Alright. So now we create a mixer track. Let's give it a little saturation. Oh, I forgot to give this reverb. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so let's go back to Snaky Chanty then. And let's go back to the, track for that. So, we will need a new arrangement, a new pattern. Alright. Set tempo to 130. Paint it in there. And then we add, oh look, it's right here. Cool. And which beatbox did we have? First one. String bass. Generic drums. Well, actually, we have the generic hi-hats. And then we have the snaky chanty drums. And I think the hi-hats always have this little tail on them. There we go, and but I want to make sure that these drums are peaking at 6, because they sound kind of quiet. Okay, they are peaking at 6. Hi-hats are kind of loud. So the melody is played by the sax. So we go. And I'm gonna bet it's an octave up. And higher velocity. What? Oh. Yeah. Perfect. Beautiful. Cool. So now we can move on. That was easier than I expected. Sticker brush symphony. Now we can fix those drums people were talking about. Someone said the drums were wrong. Oh wow, my chat froze. I didn't see any of the last stuff y'all said. Where do you think Evelyn would have gotten an underwater scuba diver breathing sound effect for Waterworld? I don't know. Sound effect pack? I have no idea. What's up, Nick? He is much better at remixing his own than he thinks. Maybe he thinks he is good. I don't know. Okay. So we got... Oh, there's no, there's not even any monkey sounds in this one. Oh, wait, yes there is. It just starts the monkey sounds and it stops. It stops it after one bar. Okay. So first off, let's check out what people are saying about these drums. Yeah, this sounds good. I think this is a new snare anyway. I just added this. I need to low pass this. Not so much highs on this. Yeah, that sounds right. Let me check the main mix. Yeah, I put more notes in there so that it like sounds like a real drum beat, you know? But cool. I like it. Perfect. But there was one thing, the this thing didn't sound so great. That bass there. So it's supposed to peak at well, it actually should peak at 6. There we go. Let a little bit more of that in. Yeah, I like it. Alright, so did it clear? That string is just going to keep rising. Insert. And let's see, we have the string intro. We have general kicks and snares. There's as always, there's a little tail at the end of the kicks. We have the wrap. But that reverb doesn't sound quite so good. There we go. Now, which beatbox do we need? Oh, that's right. It starts one. Hold on. So we got beatbox 1, but only for 1 bar. Then it stops. And then we've got the saxophone. Maybe not so much echoes, though. We want the echoes to be different. So here we want them to be like exactly what we said. But here, there we go. Yeah. Cool ending. And we want our string bass for sure. And the thing about the hi-hats is I'm pretty sure they're a little bit different. They last longer. Or maybe. Let me see. No, they're the same. Cool. See, that pop sound is probably a glitch. There's no pop sound at the beginning of the song. Check it out. See, no pop. It just happens sometimes in exporting to FLAC. I think that sax might be a little bit offbeat. There we go. Perfect. So what's next? That's it. That's all the death themes for today. But now someone said someone said something about the Crocodile Cacophony strings. So we can go and fix some stuff now. Hi from France. Ooh. Thank you for restoring wonderful music. You're welcome. Oui. Hey. I love French desserts. Alright. While we're waiting for this. So let's see. Someone said that we need a Crocodile Cacophony to be fixed, and then Hothead Bop has some pops in it, which is just really just, re-exporting. And then forgot what the other one y'all said was. Welcome to Crocodile Isle. And then there was Sticker Brush Symphony. Victory themes. Yeah, we're doing victory themes. No, the strings are the right volume. The strings are perfect, man. Perfect. Needs no change. Buongiorno. Oh, that's Italian, right? I'm pretty sure. Buongiorno. All right. So the rest of them will just be like really just fixing, just re-exporting. We don't need to do anything. Let's see. Someone said the Token Tango win needs to be louder. No, nothing. Like you mean the whole song needs? Oh, the toms in Token Tango. Okay, let's check that out. Do you have a favorite track from each game? I would say my favorite track from DK1 is the boss tune. And then my favorite track from DK2 is Run Ramby Run. And then from 3, I'd say, what's it called? Rock Face Rumble. Or maybe the boss tune. I don't know. I can't decide. So someone said the toms need to be louder. See, here's the thing. They have plenty of bass. They might just need some, the bass is just really booming. Might just need some more presence. There we go. That's perfect right there. Why is that trumpet so far? Wow. Okay, I need to go for just 1 second. Alright, we're back. So, where did we leave off? Now, I was fixing up Token Tango a bit. Alright, so the trumpet is kind of quiet. Let me look at this. Wait. Oh, wait, I unplugged something. Whoop! Ouch. Perfect. Actually, I think the saxes and trumpets could kind of come up too. So, like, let's see what this does. Already pretty loud. Okay, so it's already pretty much peaking. But that trumpet section is a little bit loud. But this one, right, we could have some more volume on this one right here. Oh wait, I was only raising the bass. Lower pitch one. I think that trombone, let's zero in on that trombone right there. So it's pretty loud, but we don't want it to be, we want it to be having more bass. There we go. That's more like it. Time is running out to restore this track. That's what's happening. I use the tempo thing. Nice. All right, so I think that's where we will stop for today. And well, maybe we could look at Dixie's victory theme for a bit. Sort of create the template. I suppose we could do that for a minute. Whoops. All right. So Dixie's victory theme. Save changes, and let's go and create. Let's find one of the Dixie's victory tracks that were like super generic, that like has everything. Actually, let's listen to them and see what kind of variations we have first. I'm willing to bet that's the strings again. Yep. Cool. So it looks like this is going to be a lot simpler than it froze on me. So it looks like this is going to be a lot simpler than Diddy's situation, thankfully. So the guitar always stays the same. There's that to look forward to. And there's mostly it looks like the drums is the same situation. and the bass is the same situation. There's no beatboxing or anything else. There's hi-hats, but it's easier because there's no lead or anything, which means that well, we still want to keep it in the projects because we want to use their reverb. But so what we're gonna have to do with this template is let's go and grab. First of all, let's grab the one from Forest Interlude, like we did for Ditties. So it sounds pretty standard. We'll use that one. So what number is that? 47F. So we already have the intros, so we don't need that. I meant the lead strings in Crocodile. Oh, someone says I meant the lead strings in Crocodile Cacophony. Okay, we'll check that out after we finish this template here. So first thing I want to, so since we already have the string intro, what I want to touch on first is the guitar, because that's what everybody's like. That's the main thing. So that should be the same. So we're looking at the 3rd, 4th, and 8th channel, which is these 3 right here. So, and we only really need the original channel. So let's go. It's going to be the DK1 feedback sound. So now we're really dependent on the pitch envelope here. And those end notes are going to be just fade out notes. So let's see. These sound pretty good. Let me see if it doesn't go all the way up to 2. It's supposed to, most of the time these pitch bends go all the way up to 2 semitones. And we'll measure that by doing this. So it almost goes up there. So what we need to do is kind of right here say we want to scale it up until it gets to 2 right here. And then we want to kind of keep this at 0 here. But I'm wondering if the timing is right here. So see, it's not quite right. The note starts right here. So let's see, the note starts right here and the automation doesn't start. So we have this much space. How much is this much? One, two, three, little, like, three of the smallest measurements. So let's go 1, 2, 3, and cut. Much better. Now, I'm not sure about the so I'm not sure about those little ones. But let's see. I want to say that they go all the way up to 2 as well, and then it's just like these are not quite scaled right. So let's try them over here at bringing them all the way up to 2. So now we don't need this automation. But we do need to know what our interval is. And we do need to say that at some point, so we need to say that there's going to be a lead guitar, we got to give it a delay. Let's say it starts at 2 maybe. Yeah, 2 is perfect. So, but we want it to, actually there's going to be a, so the delay that we're looking at is, for the note, just the notes, is, let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 steps, a little less than 2 steps. So it's just a little bit shy of 2 steps. So now, but there's supposed to be an envelope on this, so let's check that out. What's that look like? So there's a sustain envelope where it just kind of makes a pluck sound, like a guitar would. Okay, so now we just need the delay on the end on the last note, which is going to be exactly two steps. Actually, yeah, no, it should be exactly 2 steps. Actually, I like it better when it has like all those delays on it. But what's the panning? Is it center? So it looks like we got center, like all, not quite center pan. We got ping pong panning on the delay. Now, as far as the thing goes, we got I think we had it right before. Now let's EQ this a bit. We know we want it to be pretty bright. Now it's starting to sound like it. Beautiful. Now let's add some distortion to it, some extra distortion to it. And now let's compensate for that volume increase. But I'm not sure if this extra delay is going to put it overboard when you add the reverb. At least I think it has reverb. No. No, it never has reverb. So we can leave that delay on there to give it more of a extreme feel. And I might want some chorus on there too. Yeah. But I'm not sure. Maybe I don't want the that extra delay on there because it kind of like cloudies it up. Now the note, that last note starts a little bit right here. Nice, perfect. Why doesn't it have any bottom end like in the game, like it does in the game? Because I took it out, but there's no bottom end in the game. Yeah, there's not supposed to be. It's about how it sounds in the game. Now, let's see, what else are we looking at? So that's pretty much does it for that guitar. We can go, let's see, we can say, it's not supposed to have the delay on that part. I forgot to add that. Perfect. All right, so let's save this as Dixie Victory. So now let's make this track. Let's kind of well, we need to be in 48K to export it as a FLAC. Like we need to be in 48K, but let's save that for last. And let's go for the drums, or at least the typical drums. I feel like it's supposed to be a little bit up. Trying to hear how it sounds with no reverb, because I think the reverb kind of pulls up the frequency. That'll do. And now, so the high, let's see, we're going to have to do the hi-hat separately too, remember? So, let's see, where is Forest Interlude? So for the hi-hats, we got right here. But I think I might want them to be open, like these all should be open. Open hi-hats, because you know how rock is with the like sort of all the way open hi-hats, so it might just be open hi-hats all the way around. You know how like so like let me try to experiment with something here. Whoops, that's loop points again. Always messing me up. There we go. That's what we need. That. Because if you listen, it's well, it is kind of fading out. So maybe they're not so. And this is supposed to be. So maybe it is closed. Yo, what in the world? So maybe they are closed. So let's put a little bit of a low pass on it because we don't want, there's a little bit of bad sounding frequencies. There we go. Let's also put a saturation on it. Perfect. So we got, let's see. Let's try to do like this. And there's probably some delay on the drums as well. Nope. So what we want is we want for the kick and the snare to reach 6 dB, which means that we're going to have to raise everything at once to get them to match that. There we go, 6, and then so we'll have to raise everything up to match that right there. We want the kick to match 6 dB too, on its own. There we go. And now we want our bass. For our bass, we want to, well, actually, let me process the snare first, because I know I want a low pass on the snare to get those really high parts off. There we go. And then on the kick, maybe a little bit of that. Cool. Actually, I don't want to ruin the, because right now I'm bringing down the top end of the kick, so it slaps pretty good like it is. So now for the bass, we need the strings. So we need this, and we need to go to a new pattern, call it bass. So maybe 2 steps it should fade out in. Let's see, everything's kind of just off center, so maybe if I can center it, I'll have a better time with all this. Whoops. There we go. Let's rename this hi-hats. Quantize and quantize. Okay, so here's the problem with getting the guitar on the right grid. We need to also get the automation on right. So which means we have to calculate how much space is missing from here. Go to none. Let's say, okay, so it's like a, let's see, no, it's not quite. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, I have to go in closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9 of those 9 little notches. So we have to go. First off, let's go quantize to step. And then let's go add 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go insert space. And that should be that. Perfect. And now it looks like this doesn't include the fade out section. So we have this. So looks like we've got, let me count them again. Looks like we got about 3 more. Let me count it one more time. Looks like we got two extra ones. Hold on. Okay, so it is that many. And it starts fading out on these last 2, it looks like. So what we got to do is create automation clip. Stretch this out so we can see what we're doing. And then fade out. this bass should be, let's see, right here. So why is it clipping? Let's see, maybe everything else should be taken down. So I guess everything, like, we just have to take everything down a few notches. We want it to almost hit 0, but not quite. Cool. So now we've got our track. We just need to see what variations there are. There's that bass, that snare. Pick bass. So we got a pick bass, just like the other one. Pretty much all the same ones I'm sure are going to use. It's probably all the same variations. So let's get it to 6. Good. Looks like we got some hi-hat variation right there. Now there's that that's the same variation, so we can use the in-house like snare for that. Now for this one, so for what was it, for Disco Train, a lot of these we can probably use the channels that we made for Diddy's thing, and that'll be that. We really just have to save the so we really just have to save the bass module. Actually, let me save the lower one because this one's probably more accurate. Dixie Victory bass. So we just have to save the bass and the hi-hats. Let me go and copy these to the same thing. And then let me go undo where I pasted that because we don't want it in there to stay in there. So then the drums. Okay, and that should be that. Let me check the songs that I know always have variations, and just so I know what the variations are. Yeah, that's going to be a variation. So this was a common variation where they would just have the hi-hats doing like regular notes. And so I want to kind of do a template for that one this time around. If I think Crooks Marks uses it. Yeah, see, Crooks March uses that, so a bunch of those things use this template. So if I clone this, and I say that this is just going to be the same note all throughout. So actually it's all one, it's all just closed hi-hats too. Cool. So now all I have to do, let's save this. Now all I have to do is export the the buzz sound on the guitar sounds a little weird to me. Let's see. That's what someone says. The buzz sound on the guitar sounds a little weird. Well, it's also restored, so. And it's a different kind of sample that we're using here. So there's two different types of sounds we can use. Both are pretty correct. So now we just copy the pitch automation. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this leads into this, but we're going to so this one kind of sounds this one sounds more pure. That one sounds like more compressed. Yeah, I think this one sounds better. Just sounds more full. That's good. I like that. Let me put a high pass on it too. There we go. That sounds good. Perfect. I still kind of want that that last note to drag on a bit. Nah, doesn't work. of want it to be more, let's see, I kind of want a little more harmonics on that. But there's still too much, there's kind of too much release on it. And that note is now too start and stop. So maybe if we make it fade out. Sounds good like that. Nice. Oh wait, I'm editing the other one. Duh. But see, it's supposed to fade. It's supposed to be there the whole way. Except for a little bit, there's supposed to be a little bit of break there. Perfect. All right, that's where we're gonna stop for today. Someone said something about crocodile cacophony, saying that the lead strings were not loud enough. So let's check on that. And then must be gone after that. Toms are quiet. Quiet. There we go. we go. Alright, that's good. And that's where we're going to stop it for today. Thank y'all for coming, and I will see y'all next week.